not know me, I'm Don Hutchinson, and I'm president and CEO of the Maryland Zoo in Baltimore. And the folks that are here to my right, normally these events you're here to congratulate yourself, and you congratulate the people who have participated in providing the finances for such a remarkable new exhibit that we have on the Maryland Zoo campus. But in reality, the celebration and the congratulations should go to these folks. If you talk to the construction project people, if you talk to the people who have worked with Gilbane and all the subcontractors that have worked with them, they will tell you that this has been the greatest learning experience of their lives because they've had to coordinate a construction project around animals on site. Not just any animal. You're talking about the biggest land animal in the world. You're talking about the tallest land animal in the world. And then you're talking about lions, and I don't have to define what they are. Actually, the lions were the only animals that were off-site for a while. But these are the folks, each person here, who has been working with the animals, caring for the animals, sometimes under the most strenuous and difficult of conditions. And they ought to be congratulated. We have the Honorable Lieutenant Governor of the state of Maryland, Boyd Rutherford. Governor, thank you for being here with us. And of course, the Mayor of Baltimore, Jack Young. And I am going to go through some of the normal thank yous that you normally do at a ribbon cutting such as this. I'm going to do that in a moment. But this message is for the Baltimore public, and the message for the Mayor, and the message for the Lieutenant Governor. This is, in fact, the Maryland Zoo in Baltimore. This is an institution that the state of Maryland took primary financial responsibility for in 1992, and has over the last 11 years been a remarkable partner in helping us develop and build out what we now consider to be a world-class zoo, second to none anywhere in the United States. Mr. Mayor, you and the citizens of Baltimore still own this zoo. The 65 buildings that are on this campus still belong to the city of Baltimore. The people that work here work for a not-for-profit society that has been commissioned by the state of Maryland to operate the zoo in the state's behalf. But the city of Baltimore owns 150 acres in the middle of 700 acres of Druid Hill Park that has the Maryland Zoo in Baltimore. It owns 65 buildings. And the Zoological Society has the primary responsibility of caring for this facility in your behalf and in the city's behalf. And we have been proud to take on that responsibility. And we want the people of Baltimore, we want the people of Central Maryland to fully understand the commitment that we have made to this city, a city that we are proud to be in, a city that we see nothing but good things to happen in the future. And we think we are going to be a major part of the redevelopment and reconfiguration of the mindset of the people who come into Baltimore and see Baltimore as one of the great assets in the state of Maryland. Now what have we done here? What people have to understand about zoos is that we are in the business of saving animals from extinction. And every zoo across the United States that is accredited by the American Zoological Association has taken that on as a primary mission. The animals that you see in this exhibit and the animals that you see around this entire zoo, not all of them, not our grizzlies, not our eagles, they're rescue animals. They're animals that we took in because no one else was going to care for them. They're animals that are not going to be extinct in the future, in the near future. But the rest of these animals are all threatened. And the animals that you see here, lions and giraffes and elephants, if things don't change dramatically, internationally, these animals will be extinct in the wild in the next 100 to 150 years. And the accredited zoos across America have taken on the responsibility in concert with other organizations around the world to make sure that we play our role in maintaining this moral imperative of keeping animals that are so iconic and so important to the environment of the world. We've taken on that responsibility as our primary mission, and that's the reason that we've made these changes at our zoo. Now, the public benefits from it. The state of Maryland has given us almost $17 million in order to build out this project. We have raised well over $2 million in order to support this project. Michael Ulrich is here. Michael, where are you? Michael's up here. Michael Ulrich and Jim Whitty have taken on, our chair, who's not here today, have taken on the responsibility of raising the private money. Congratulations to you, and thank you for your support. Now, there are people that we want to introduce and we want to thank. First of all, I want to recognize people who have been really supportive and instrumental in our support. Shirley Kennedy is here from the State Department of General Services. Shirley, you facilitate the monies that come here. Thank you so much. Christina Perret, is Christina here? She was supposed to be in the room. She's from the Office of Capital Budget. And James Bentley, the Mayor's Office of Communication. Is Mr. Bentley here? We obviously thank the Mayor's Office for being supportive of everything that we do here at our facility. As far as the donors are concerned, Rodney Odoy is here. Rodney, he's on our board. Rodney is with BG&E, and they have a major investment in this project. Sabrina Thornton, from the Arts and Culture Programs Officer of T. Rowe Price. Sabrina, thank you so much. T. Rowe Price has always been supportive of us. Laura Holter, Executive Director of the Middendorf Foundation. I saw Laura on the way in. Laura, thank you. Thank you for the Middendorf Foundation support. Thank you so much. Also, Christine Campbell McGuire. She's the Program Officer of France Merrick Foundation. There's a funny little story about that one, because the $100,000 gift that the Merrick France Foundation that they brought to us was told to us 24 hours ago. Thank you so much. Yeah, 24 hours ago, almost to the hour. Thank you very much. We have Board of Trustee members here of the Maryland Zoological Society. Former Chairman Ed Brakes here. Ed, raise your hand, please. Long-standing board. Our term on the board is 3 years, and Ann Donahue, long-standing board member, has had a 3-year term times 5. Ann, raise your hand, please. We also have Matt Calhoun, Jason St. John, Doug Sawyer, and Herb Goldman here. All of you, please raise your hand. Thank you for being with us. I hope I haven't missed anybody else from the board. I want to thank the folks from Gilbane. They're in the back. Gilbane has been a remarkable project manager for us, remarkable group of talent, and for them to have worked in this project while animals were on site has been a remarkable challenge. I thank you for all of it. HDC, our own personal project managers with John Mills and Abe. And John, where are you? Raise your hands, please. They're in the back as well. As all good developers are, standing in the back as a project gets unveiled. And CLR, our architects. Who are the representatives from Yon? Yon, I saw you, former member of CLR. Thank you all. CLR up at the top. CLR is an architecture firm out of Philadelphia that does exclusively zoo exhibits. They are in close proximity to us. We use them almost exclusively for the design, and when you see this project, you're going to understand why. So we thank you for that. We have guests from the National Aquarium. Where are they? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. When I talk about saving animals from extinction and I talk about the American Zoological Association, I'm also talking about our partners from the National Aquarium. They are terrific partners. We're proud to have a relationship with them, and they do God's work as well. Thank you so much. I want to introduce Carl Krantz. Carl, come on up. You need to be up here. You're in the front. Come on down. Carl is our project manager on staff. He is our chief operating officer. He's the guy that helps us plan these projects out, and he is also the person that we always get feedback from, who, when we plan these projects out, informs of not only what has to happen in benefit of the animals, but what has to happen in benefit of the people who work here. The new design of our penguin exhibit, the new design of our elephant barn, all of that takes into consideration the people who work here and the amenities that we need to bring here that are to their benefit. There are a lot of folks that work with Carl: Adam Wyatt, Linda Rakowski, Mike McClure, Margaret Innes, Aaron Cantwell. Some of them are right here in the front. Mike's here in the front, Aaron's here in the front. These are elephant and mammal professionals, but they're also project participants who help us design the project and know what we have to do. There's new signage all around the campus. Sarah Evans is here. Haley Hayes, who's been working with this unveiling and so much more in planning the programming for this. She's here. Jane Shevsky, who put on a wonderful party for our donors last night. Our education department is here. Hannah Rupert and Kerry Kovaleski, our new head, and Allison Schwartz. These are all folks that have played an instrumental role for us. All of you, please raise your hand. So if I've just mentioned your name. And finally, there are the other animal folks that are here who I will not forget, because while all of this is going on, we have still been running a zoo, and we have still been taking care of animals, animals that are of vital importance to us. The animals that you see here with this new exhibit are iconic animals, but I can talk to you about iconic animals throughout the zoo, and I want all of the people who work with our animals to raise your hand right now, please. And of course, we have hundreds of volunteers who are here every day. Would you all please be recognized? Raise your hand. Everybody in a red shirt and more. So, with that, I do want to introduce the Lieutenant Governor of the state of Maryland. I'm going to do something first before I do that. Diane Hutchins, our Government Affairs Vice President, gave me this today. And most of you know that I spent 20 years in government at the very beginning of my career in the state legislature as well as Baltimore County Executive. And I handed out hundreds of proclamations in my career. And I usually don't spend a lot of time with them because I know how frequent they are given out. But this one has special meaning. And I'm going to tell you why in 1 second. This is from Adrian Jones, the new history-making Speaker of the House of Delegates. Adrian Jones is the first woman and the first African American to be Speaker of the Maryland House of Delegates. And I'm not going to read the entire proclamation. It is a congratulatory proclamation for this day and for the work that we've done here. But sometimes you have to take things on a very personal basis. The first job that Adrian Jones ever had in her career 40 years ago was as my legislative aide. I love her. Adrian Jones. All right, so with that, Lieutenant Governor Rutherford, please come forward. Your administration and the members of the General Assembly have been terrifically kind to us, terrifically kind. This development could not happen without the state of Maryland's support. And we want you to know that in this town, at this time, we consider this to be arguably the finest asset that the state of Maryland has in Baltimore City. and we are proud of it. Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, good morning. Good morning, and thanks a lot, Don. And I just want to say, is there anyone here who wasn't recognized by Don? If you weren't, raise your hand. And that goes for the press as well. But no, thank you. It's wonderful to be here to celebrate this exciting occasion for the Maryland Zoo in Baltimore. On behalf of Governor Hogan and our entire administration, we're very pleased to participate in this official opening of 3 newly renovated African Journey habitats. These habitats which provide new space that benefits not only the animals, but also the zoo staff and guests to the largest renovation of a project in the zoo's history. And it's probably appropriate considering, as Don had mentioned, the elephants being the world's largest animals, that they have something of this nature and just as beautiful as it turns out to be. Now we look forward to continuing our support of the zoo, and we appreciate the fact that I know this took place over a number of years. There were a number of challenges, from the design of the vistas and landscape to rolling hills and dealing with all the rain that we had last year. That created some challenges, but it is a beautiful day in Baltimore. Every day is a beautiful day in Baltimore, but particularly when the humidity is down and it's not raining. I think Don mentioned the work that was done by our Maryland Department of Budget and Management, General Services, and all those who participated in this process. I do remember a number of years ago when I was the Secretary of Maryland Department of General Services that we put in the giraffe feeding station, and I was told we did another one that I didn't remember. I think it was the polar bear exhibit. But this will be now the front door to a new environment, and our administration is proud to have been a vital part of this next stage of working to save animals from extinction. We encourage, of course, all Marylanders to come to and bring their friends and family to the Maryland Zoo in Baltimore and to be active supporters in the conservation of wildlife. Once again, I want to thank everyone for being here. Thank all those who were involved in this process. And I think I should probably explain to those of you or those who are a little less cultivated why I'm wearing this shirt. It's in homage to the women who are winning so far in the World Cup. If our women are winning. This is an ongoing battle that I have with the governor because he's a little less cultivated. He does not understand the beautiful game of soccer. But I know most of you here, there are a couple of you who don't, but most of you understand that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Governor. I really appreciate the fact that you're here representing Governor Hogan. We do want to thank him and your administration for the support that you've given us, and we are delightful that we have this opportunity to work with you. And we want to thank, of course, the members of the General Assembly who have been very, very supportive of us for the best part of the last decade plus. So thank you for being here. I'm now going to introduce Mayor Young. The mayor took over the office a couple of months ago. I know that he feels that there are challenges inside of this city that are deep and difficult. We are in the business of trying to make his life easier. Mr. Mayor, what we've done here and what the city now owns is a elephant exhibit that has been almost tripled in size, both inside and outside the exhibit. We have improved the giraffe exhibit in such a way that the animals have a much more comfortable environment for themselves and an environment that people can view more closely and understand what these majestic animals look like in the wild. We've expanded our lion exhibit. This is all now property owned by Baltimore City. We're proud to say that we are stewards of this institution, We think it is one of the great institutions in Maryland, not just in the city, and we're proud to be part of the city. Mayor Jack Young, please.
Good morning to everyone.
Morning.
Everyone has already been thanked, and I want to thank everyone again. But most importantly, I want to thank the governor and the lieutenant governor for their continued commitment to the Maryland Zoo right here in Baltimore. This is one of Baltimore's crown jewels, and we're hoping that as this exhibit opens up, that the people of Maryland and the citizens of Baltimore attend this wonderful exhibit. Again, thank you for having me this morning.
Thank you very much. Now we're going to have an official ribbon cutting. The mayor will join us. The lieutenant governor will join us, please.